Hi everyone and welcome to Display Repair. So the washer fluid system on your car is not working. This means that when you pull the stock switch towards yourself, all you get is either a weak spring onto the windshield or no spring at all. Well, in this video we're going to show you how the whole system works and how to solve the problem. So stay tuned.
DisplayRepair.com. Be sure to visit us at our website displayrepair.com, where you can find more useful car and driving tips.
Now, first we'll explain how the whole system works. We'll be explaining this on my wife's Renault Clio. It is a very good example of how the system works. Also, all of the main components are visible and accessible, so we can do a better show and tell. So the main components are the washer fluid reservoir, as you see here, with a cap where you pour the washer fluid. The container is hidden beneath this plastic cover here. We're not going to take it off because it involves dismantling the wiper arms, but we'll show you with a different wiper bottle how the whole system works. From the washer fluid container goes one hose up here, goes through the hood, through this rubber grommet here, goes over here through a plastic intersection, divides into two parts, and goes up on the inner side, sorry the Clio is a bit dusty, onto the nozzles. The first and the second nozzle over there. Now, how does the whole system work? Well, on the washer fluid container there is a electric motor. And when you pull the stock switch, the electric motor is engaged. It goes through these pipes into the nozzles. So essentially, the little electric motor pumps the fluid into these tubes and out onto the windshield. Very simple. Now we're going to talk about diagnosing the problem. Well, to properly diagnose a problem, you should know that there are two kinds of problems on this system. The problem with the electric parts and the problem with the flow of the washer fluid through these tubes. To show this better, we're going to use an old coolant reservoir. Sometimes I call it a container, sometimes a reservoir. I hope you don't mind. Anyway, the point is that when diagnosing the problem, it is best to look at it this way. The problem is divided right here. So to this point, to the electric motor and from the electric motor. Why is this? Well, all of the electric parts are here on the motor. The flow system begins right here after the electric motor pumps fluid into the system. So all in all, there can be two types of problems. You can either have electric problems or problems with the fluid flowing through the system. First, we're going to talk about the electrical problem. In most cases, the electric problem is caused by a couple of things. Those would be the electric motor, so it can be faulty, or the connection to the motor, or the electric installation, the fuse, or something else. I'll explain now. When you have an electrical problem, the main symptom you'll notice is that when you pull the stock towards yourself, you won't hear the electric motor working, okay? You won't hear that whizzing sound. There will be nothing. This is a characteristic symptom of this problem. To conclude, if you have an electrical problem, it is best to use a 12-volt tester like this one. And you should see if there is 12-volt input to the connector right here. If there is input, if you see the tester lighting up, then probably the electric motor is the problem and you should replace it. But if there is no input to the electric motor, then you should probably check the fuse. You should check the connector. There's a plastic connector here. You should check the wiring if there's a severed or pinched wire, and so on. Now I'm going to show you what the motor looks like. As you can see, it's a small plastic motor. Electric connector is up here. The output nozzle is here. And this is, if you can see this, there's a small propeller here which propels the fluid into the system. What causes it to malfunction in most cases? First of all, it's material fatigue, but more than that, it is the lack of washer fluid in the bottle. When there is not enough fluid in the system, then this little propeller here has no lubricating because it gets a sort of lubricating from the washer fluid, and it starts damaging itself inside and stops working eventually. Also, there might be, if the system is frequently empty, there might be a buildup of all kinds of filth from the residue of the washer fluid. If you pour water, oftentimes, then there might be a scale buildup and the motor might fail. The electric motor is pretty easy to replace. Don't know if you can see this, there's a little hole. This is the case in most systems. It has this little pocket, which is a holder. At the same time, on the lower part of the motor, there is a rubber seal. And when you want to change it, you just slide the motor inside and push it until it goes into place here. Very simple. One more thing, if you suspect that you have an electric problem, and do this especially if you have accessibility issues on your car regarding accessing this container. That is the case, for instance, in the Skoda. On the Skoda, it's located behind the bumper down here. You have to take off the wheel liner to reach it. That's the case in many cars. If you have those kinds of accessibility issues, and if you don't hear the electric motor working at all, then first check the fuses. In this case, you don't want to dismantle half of the car only to conclude that the fuse is the problem. In many cases, they may work and it may solve the problem. But if you see that the fuse burns out again, then there may be some other problem, like a short circuit, like an overload somewhere, and you must solve that problem as soon as possible. Don't continue just changing the fuses. You might cause even bigger trouble. Now, regarding problems with the fluid pressure, there can be two problems. You can either have no pressure at all, so the nozzles don't work at all, or you can have weak pressure. We'll start with the weak pressure problem. Now, in order for this show and tell to be more effective, I'm going to leave this old bottle here. So if you can imagine this bottle being connected to this hose over here, it's the same thing. If you have weak pressure, then the first thing you should do is go through the piping system on your car, which will again lead from the fluid reservoir. Follow the pipes and you should come across an intersection like this one. So what this is, in fact, is a piece of plastic that connects one tube and splits it into two tubes. This is one for the left washer, this is for the right washer on the hood. What you should do is disconnect this hose from that intersection here, and you should turn on the washers. If you get a strong pressure here to this point, then the problem is from the intersection onwards. But if you get a weak pressure to this point, then you have either a clog, or you might have a pinched tubing somewhere, the electric motor may be weak, the mentioned propeller inside may be damaged, and you should search for the problem again from the motor, so from this exit point here to the intersection. If the pressure is weak from this intersection, then simply search what it is. Again, it may be a clog somewhere, there might be pinched piping right here, this intersection may be clogged or faulty, or simply the washer fluid nozzle may be clogged. This is a key point in the video. What this method in fact is an elimination method. And this is the best way to solve most car problems. If you have weak pressure, disconnect this and you'll get a pretty good idea. Is the problem in the electric motor? Is there a clog in the system? Is there a pinched piece of tubing or else? And on this part, since you only have the intersection, the tubing and the nozzles, these three elements may be the problem. Now, what are some of the most common reasons for weak pressure? It can be, again, a damaged electric motor pump, so the propeller inside may be weak and it doesn't build up pressure within the bottle as much as possible. It could be a pinched or clogged piece of tubing. If you've had some body work done on the car, if you've had any intervention near these parts where the washer fluid reservoir is, there may be a pinched tubing somewhere. Weak pressure may be also caused by clogs. This usually happens when you use a lot of water in the system, and if it's not distilled, if you use tap water, there may be a scale buildup in the system and this causes clogs. Also, if the system is frozen to some extent, the ice can cause clogs, and you also may have clogged nozzles. Now, if there is no pressure within the system, the main cause in the majority of cases is a faulty motor. So you hear the electric motor working, but there is absolutely no pressure. In that case, the little propeller inside the electric motor is faulty and it can't build up pressure in the system, and there is no pressure at all. One more other cause, and this is very rare, is that the line is completely blocked, okay? It's pinched very hard somewhere, or in some cases it may be even severed. It may be cut for some reason. If the line is cut, you'll also notice this very easily. First, you'll notice it by leaking of the washer fluid. In some cases, the leaking won't be noticeable immediately, so it may take some time to notice it. But in most cases, if you don't see the leak, you'll notice the strong scent of washer fluid around the car, okay? Especially when you raise the hood. Now, dear viewers, we've shown you how to diagnose the problem, both the electrical problem and the problem with the flow of the washer fluid. Now, how to solve the problem. Well, if you have a bad electric motor, you go and buy a new one and replace it. Again, provided you have accessibility, it's a very easy job. Disconnect the electric motor, remove the installation, pull the electric washer motor out, insert a new one. Be sure to press it properly into place so that this rubber seal fits properly onto the washer fluid container so it doesn't leak and the problem is solved. Now, if you have a problem with clogs in the system, again, like we've shown you, the right thing to do is to disconnect, if you can, the system right here. Although, to be honest with you, these rubber pipings here can be stubborn, especially if you're doing this during winter, and this part of piping can snap here. You can break this plastic intersection and cause yourself some problems. So, at first, to solve a clog, you can take the pipe off the electric motor and then use a bit of compressed air. Try not to use the maximum setting so you don't damage the piping in the system. Use compressed air to try to blow out the clogs within the system, okay? So first disconnect it from the motor and try to blow the pipes out and the nozzles. If that doesn't succeed, then try to disconnect the pipe from this intersection and try to clean it from there. If the problem was from the intersection onwards, just put the tip of the compressor pistol here and blow air through the intersection connection right here, and it will go through the pipes and through the nozzles. Now, if you do all of this and still you have weak spring pressure, then you should check the nozzles. This is also a common cause of problems. Scale buildup happens on these small holes on the nozzles and they get clogged. To solve this, all you need is a smaller pin like this one or a smaller piece of wire that you can push inside of the nozzle and simply move it forward and backwards and clean the nozzle completely like this. You do it also on the other nozzle like this, and that should solve the problem. On this part, I must also tell you that these nozzles can be moved and set up and down, so you can set the height of the spring on the nozzle. You just put the pin inside here. This kind of pin is best for this setting, and pull it up and down. Move it right and left. So, dear viewers, that's it for this time. I hope this video will help you solve the problem with the washer fluid system. For the end, I must say this: the majority of problems on these systems are caused by clogs. Second in line is problems with the tubing. It becomes stiff over time, it may break, the plastic intersections may also break, and the rarest problem is with the electrical motor pump. Okay, it can last for years without any problems. clogs are caused by two main things, and that is using tap water extensively and making a mistake and pouring summer washer fluid instead of winter washer fluid during the winter season. A scale buildup will cause a clog in the system. It can be a very tough job to declog the whole system. I think it's even worse if the summer washer fluid freezes in the system. It's a big job to get it all running again. I'll make a specific video on this topic and try to show you how to manage in this kind of situation. All in all, if you use washer fluid all the time instead of tap water, and if you use the proper washer fluid for that season, you will not have any clogs and you will probably not have any problems. So now we're gonna really finish the video. Once again, I hope this helps. Please like and subscribe. It's a huge help for what we're doing. If you find the time, watch our other videos that are related to cars, car repairs, car maintenance, driving, and cars in general. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for your time.